What are the total amount of rewards that you're going to be able to get when it comes to December and the side event? Yes, that's what we're going to be covering in this video. Something to bear in mind just before we go anywhere, there are multiple events dropping throughout the month. So what I'm going to do in this video is do some assumptions based on things from last year from the gifting event milestones from Alliance and Solo. That will give you an idea of how many shards or fragments you're able to pick up of various different things. So what we're going to do is go over the 100% gospel totals, which are the things from the Sinister 6 quests. That information was given to us by Kabam, and the kind of mathematics around this is we go like, okay, well, there's 6 quests in total over the space of 3 chapters, so it's a case of going like there's a completion and there's an exploration set of rewards, and let's see how they add up. Firstly, we got 6-star shards, and I'm gonna I've cut out like the gold and the ISO side of things because I just don't think it's kind of the most important thing players are interested in. You can get a good amount of gold, and it's always best to look into the ways that you grind that out. The gold boost is something that is a bone of contention, especially because Kabam have alluded to something coming soon, but I kind of feel this could be a trade-in tease. I'm going to talk about that in Marvel Contest of Champions new show tomorrow, because the new show is always Monday, Wednesday and Friday. There's maybe a little bit of coverage here and there throughout the week, but you know, we're going to cover that more tomorrow. 6-star shards, 6,800, which takes together the total from Legendary and from Epic. Do bear in mind, as I said, there's going to be some extras, which I've done some assumption totals on that one, based on, again, some last year's stuff. 5-star Signature Stone Crystals will total 70, which is still good. I think it's a lot better than last month, which is about 50-something. Tier 5 Basic Catalyst Fragments, 36,000. That's enough for one fully formed Catalyst. 2% tier 5 class Catalyst Fragment Crystal. There's 8 on offer, and again, like, we're going to talk about how Dethroned plays into that, the Dethroned Solo Event. Tier 2 Alpha Fragments totaling 60,000, which is a nice bump up from last month. And as well, Sinister Synergy Crystal Shards. This is where things get important and spicy to players, because if you are able to do Thronebreaker and Cavalier, you will pick yourself up the equivalent to 24 Cavalier crystals. This is great. I mean, for me, from doing a video, I'm going to be saving up all those crystals towards like the end part of the month. So like, you know, the last week of December, expect like a spicy little 24 Cavalier crystal opening that hopefully is going to get me a 6-star champion. Unfortunately, there's a lot of naff champions in that, little duds, but you know, there could be some W's. Now, what of some extras? Because you're kind of probably going like, okay, well, Rich, well, what extra is going to be offered this month? And those things will be the Winter Calendar Dethroned, not Dethroned Calendar, but Dethroned Solo Event. So that's a typo by me. Gifting Solo milestones and Holiday Gift and Gifting Alliance milestones. Now, Kabam don't make any kind of like omission as to what is going to be part of these things. The calendars, nothing. You know, last year it was a case of Epoch shards, so maybe they're going to be replaced with things like 6-star shards, 5-star shards, and spicier things as well. But again, that's an assumption, especially because we've got anniversary calendar. So these two calendars here, which I believe the anniversary calendar isn't that spicy as it used to be, especially wasn't last year. So maybe it's a case that, you know, this year it's going to be spicy, and a holiday calendar could add a bit of spice that we need. The 2020 anniversary calendar, as modeled here by Seat and Mana Legends of last year, was that you got 5,000 6-star shards, which is like, it's a nice volume of shards. And this is the thing, if this adds in, it could really bump up the extent of 6 stars you take home. If you're Thronebreaker, I think if you're a Cavalier player, you look like a little bit like this. So you got 5-star shards as an alternative. So there could be like a hell of a lot more on offer to you to kind of like bump up your take home. So yeah, like you can see the comparison wise, it's definitely something that if Kabam roll it out for another year, it's going to be quite good. So it could be a case like a Thronebreaker player could look at picking up additional 5k onto that. 6-star shards could be like an additional up to 9,000. And this really goes with considering things like the winter calendar. It also considers things like holiday gift. It also considers other things when it comes to the gifting milestones. Gifting milestones from 2020 look like this, which is on screen at the moment, with 35,000 and 20,000 respectively points put into the gifting event would give 2,000 6-star shards. Now, I don't know if Kabam are going to buff that one, especially with under the current meta. You kind of go like, hey, there should be like an additional amount of 6-star shards to this, which again plays into all these different events coming in December. And yeah, adds so much to it. The same thing with the volume of 5-star shards. Also, the extent of milestones from Alliance perspective could indeed see things like an increase of tier 5 basic fragments, and 10,000 under the current meta again is quite, well, not as extensive as it used to be. The same way that there's tier 5 class catalyst fragment crystals, which again, if Alliance is pushed towards that, then yeah, you could add an additional 5. The same thing with tier 2 alpha catalyst fragments under the current meta. You know, that's like 1 total. I gotta be honest, I feel that Kabam under the, you know, current scheme of things could even do these things to kind of like bump it up for players, and you could see upwards of 2, maybe even 3. And the units, man, there were units on offer. So there's 275, 275, 2 times 275. So yeah, you could put this over 500 units. So there could be some really nice and spicy stuff. Also, considering the fact that the Dethroned Solo Event this year is rumored to have, as said, where is it? It's right here, units, gold and battle chips. So I think for the unit side of things, adding that in, again, puts it up, and you could be seeing like a large chunk of units on offer for players, which really could put this the assumed, in bunny ears, extra rewards that players could get in December. So this adds an extra potential. More than likely, you know, if you're Thronebreaker, you're going to get a lot of stuff from this month. Cavalier, I think as well, you're going to get something, but I don't think it's going to be on the same level. But let's face it, you could add, additionally to these grand total rewards here that we know of, a further 9,000 6-star shards, 5,000 plus 5-star shards, 700 units, 6 tier 5 class catalyst fragment crystals at 2%, tier 5 basic catalysts, you know, ×1, maybe even ×2, and tier 2 alpha ×2 as well, extra being added into these totals. So that's just an assumed bit there in blue, especially considering we don't know the totals and information, so we'll have to wait for that. So yeah, you could get well over 1 6-star this month. I'm going to go with a guarantee with that one, especially with what Kabam give out. Lots and lots on offer when it comes to getting rank up materials, but mainly for shards and acquisition, because that's the fun thing about Christmas, is like opening up stuff, great gifting crystals as well. So yeah, it looks like it is going to be a spicy old time to be a player in December, and those are the totals, and those are the assumed totals that you'll get. So this looks like it's going to be a pretty fun month for players. As I said, the information that I've used is something from the forums, which were from last year. So this one's from this year, but then there's the Joy to the World. I'll put it in the link in the description about last year. I'm going to do a lot of this kind of comparison stuff, especially as we get close to the 20th of December, the release of this, and I can then dissect and compare one to the other to see, like, you know, okay, oh, are we seeing better stuff? Is it worse stuff? How the great gifting crystals looking? What's the percentage drops and stuff like that? So there's a lot of things to cover in the coming months. Thanks very much for the support on the channel. Keep locked to the channel, because we're going to go over some very important things. I'm going to develop a video about how to grind 10 great gifting crystals on a main account, because let's face it, hey, you know, getting the units in a quick time frame isn't going to be possible. So we need other areas to try and get them. So yeah, keep locked to the channel. Lots of stuff on offer. Make sure as well to support some of the content located on screen, and I'll see you in the next video whenever that will be as well. But yeah, tomorrow's update day, or today's update day, lots of information as well to drop. Cheers everybody, bye bye.